Are you ready to go 5 pounds down with a cardio and weights workout? We'll grab your dumbbells and let's go. All right, beautiful bees, go ahead and get your dumbbells completely out of the way and let's get moving and grooving with some arm circles with high knees. You guys, welcome to the workout. I'm Pahla B, I'm your best middle-aged fitness friend, and around here we are all about making peace with your menopausal body by finding a healthy weight and moving in ways that feel like self-love. And do you know what feels like self-love? Finding that healthy weight with the 5-0 method, where every single day we do 5 things that make you say, oh, I had no idea it could be this simple to lose weight at our age. Every single day we eat the right number of calories, which is not necessarily less than you were eating before. Every single day we drink the right amount of water, which is half your body weight in pounds, in fluid ounces of water. I got tripped up on that one. Every single day we get the right amount of sleep by going to bed at the same time every night, getting up at the same time every morning, and not worrying about how much in between was actual sleep, because sometimes it's not. Let's go ahead and do these arm crossers with booty kickers. Every single day we exercise moderately, which is not necessarily more than you were doing before. And my favorite thing of all, every single day we manage our minds by finding our thoughts and deciding if they're helpful. And I have a helpful thought for you. I love this one. I love this one, and it's especially appropriate for today because even though I am filming this pretty significantly in advance, the day that you are watching this, if you watch it the day it comes out, is my birthday. Happy birthday to me. And here's my helpful thought for the day. I love getting older. I love it. This one is so easy for me to think of as helpful, and the way that you know if the thought is helpful is whether or not you feel good. Let's go ahead and do some welcome to my homes, because welcome to my home. Blossom is here, by the way. She's just sleeping in the other room. She got bored of me. I was really quiet today. I was working because it's my birthday, even though it's not really my birthday when I'm filming this. I've been working all day and it's been really quiet. She gets so tired of me not being interesting, so she just goes and naps in her little house. So anyways, the way that you know whether or not a thought is helpful is if you feel good. If you do not feel good when you say, I love getting older, if you're just like, oh my gosh, I absolutely do not, no way, I hate getting older, then my friend, it's not a helpful thought for you. Throw this one out in the garbage. You don't have to think my helpful thoughts. This one just happens to be helpful for me. And hey, you know what else is helpful? Today's workout. We are aging gracefully today with a beautiful cardio and weights workout. I've got the handy dandy gym boss here, set for intervals of 45 seconds. We're getting started with a cardio mini circuit, and then we're going to move on to a strength mini circuit, then another cardio mini circuit, and then another strength mini circuit. Going to be long intervals for cardio. Let me just tell you that right now. Like, I'm already telling myself I'm going to move in a way that feels like I can handle it for 45 seconds. We're doing big arm side shuffles first, which is why I scooted all the way over. We're doing some big arm side shuffles here. There is no rest today with the handy dandy intervals set for 45 seconds. I really want you to be thinking about how long you want to be doing this. We're going to be doing it for 45 seconds. So how long do you want to be doing this work at the pace that you are currently going? You want to slow down a little bit? I know, me too. That's why I'm just taking this nice and gentle. When it beeps, we're doing toy soldiers. You are absolutely welcome to any of the exercises that we have today. Modify, moderate, make it your own with toy soldiers. We've got hands up overhead. We're reaching our opposite hand down towards our opposite kicking foot. If that feels like a lot of time to have your hands overhead, bring your hands down a little bit lower. My friends, I want you to age gratefully as well as gracefully. And I will tell you, I laughed so hard when here we go, toy soldiers. I laughed so hard when I created the title of this workout because I gotta tell you, I don't think of myself as a graceful person. Like, I'm not a bull in a china shop. I don't necessarily feel like, well, what I feel is awkward more than anything. I just don't feel like I move with a lot of grace. I move with confidence, absolutely, but not necessarily grace, and almost never with real coordination. When it beeps again, by the way, we're doing diving airplanes. Hands out to the side at shoulder height. We're leaning to one side, leaning to the other side, kicking up that opposite foot behind you, doing a little bit of balance work while we're tipping from side to side. That is actually really what I was going with the aging gracefully. First of all, it's my birthday, so I had to make like an age part of the title. Here we go with diving airplanes. But also, I want you to know that the exercise that I've chosen today are really all about the things that we need to do for our bodies to make sure that we can stay on our feet, stay independent, and love getting older. My friends, I love getting older. Oh my gosh. I've definitely had birthdays that felt harder. By the way, this was our whole mini circuit. When it beeps again, we're doing big arm side shuffles. And you are welcome to be making airplane noises while we're doing this. Help yourself to having as much fun as you would like to. I have had I have definitely had hard birthdays. I vividly remember, and this makes me laugh so hard now. I remember when I turned 19. I mean, a million years ago. Here we go with big arm side shuffles for the second and final time. When I turned 19, I was sure that I was just unbearably old. It was so hard. I didn't want to be that old. And I felt like, well, I think part of it was that I felt like I should have had my life a little bit more together than I did, because I did not. And really it took me, only like another 30 years before I really got anything in my life even remotely together. I was very easily, I was in my 40s before I really felt like I had anything under control at all. When it beeps again, by the way, we're doing toy soldiers. So I had a good another plenty of years thinking that I was not having my stuff together. But I remember 19 was just really hard. I think 26, here we go with toy soldiers. 26 felt kind of weird. I remember, not that it was difficult. I do remember when I was 24, I spent the entire year of being 24 telling people that I was turning 25 this year. And then the whole year that I was 25, I was like, I'm 25, woohoo. And then I turned 26, I was like, I was 25 last year. So I was 25 for like 3 years. And then I don't remember that 40 was difficult. I was kind of excited about 40 when it beeps again, by the way. We're doing those diving airplanes, second and final time. I thought 40 was gonna be fun. I was not worried about that. I actually felt really young when I was 40, and when I was 40, like right after I turned 40, is actually when I went into business for myself. That's not entirely true. Here we go with diving airplanes. I think, what year would that have been? When I was 40, when I was 40 is when I became a certified personal trainer. So I was like on the verge of going into business for myself. I wasn't quite yet, I was still working for somebody else. By the way, when it beeps again, we're moving from this cardio mini circuit into a strength circuit. So take your time to grab your dumbbells. We're gonna get started with crossbody crunches. We're gonna have our dumbbells up on our shoulders. We're gonna reach our opposite elbow towards our opposite knee, crunching down in the middle across your body. Really thinking about not moving at a cardio pace anymore and moving at a strength pace. Really thinking about excellent form, thinking about having your elbows pulled back so that you're using your big back muscles, really having your core pulled in, thinking about excellent body control. So weights right here at your shoulders, opposite elbow towards your opposite knee, crunch and balance. Really thinking about moving at a pace that feels like you're really thinking about your form. You could probably move faster. You don't have to though. When it beeps again, we're gonna be doing curtsy press ups. Excuse me, oh my gosh. I have a frog in my throat and I can feel myself trying really hard not to like choke on it. So don't mind me just, choking on my own spit. We're doing curtsy press ups, which means that we're coming back into a little bit of a cross back. You are welcome to come all the way down into a curtsy if you'd like to, or not if you don't want to. The foot that is stepping back behind you, that arm will be pressing up. So you're really working on balancing and strengthening all throughout that side of your abs and obliques. You feel how when your arm goes up and your leg goes down, that whole side is stretching and working. Excellent job. I'm going to step forward a little bit so that I don't kick anything, as I often do. I remember, well, 50 was kind of a blur, I'll be honest. How old was I? Gosh, I haven't thought about this in a while. I had just turned 48 when my sister died. Like, she died a month after my birthday. So my 48th birthday was kind of weird. I mean, she was sick. I knew she was dying. It was a weird birthday. I don't remember turning 49 at all. Like, I know I did. Here we go with deadlifts. You're gonna go ahead and have your core pulled in tight. Your back is nice and straight. I think I remember being very excited to be 50 because I was like, oh, thank goodness I'm out of my 40s. I loved being 40 and it was lovely, but I was also really just looking forward to finally being in my 50s. I had kind of felt like I was in my 50s from basically the time that I was 48. And then I was good at 51, and last year when I turned 52, I did really struggle with that one because it was the first year that I was older than my sister was. And so that one definitely felt like a weird birthday. I had a lot of thoughts about that, but I remember leading up to it, I was like, I had a lot of drama about it. Here we go with those crossbody crunches again. This was our mini circuit. Opposite elbow towards your opposite knee. I had plenty of drama about it. And then on the day of, that was actually when this helpful thought came to me. I love getting older. I'm so grateful for it. I mean, obviously, as I've just told you the sad story of my sister, like some people don't get to. And I know you know this. I mean, I know we all know this. I know we've all lost people. I know that we have all really like had that moment of, okay, this is something that not everybody gets to do. And yet somehow, sometimes it still doesn't feel like a gift. And I will tell you that the reason that this one is so easy for me is because I have worked on it in other areas. When it beeps again, we're doing those curtsy press ups. One of my favorite helpful thoughts, I'm scooting closer to you. Hello. I don't want to kick anything back here while we're doing the curtsy press ups. One of my absolute favorite thoughts of all time came to me like absolutely automatically, came to me very naturally. I was so excited. I had been in business for myself. Gosh, okay, if I went into business for myself that many years ago, 2012, and then I first started paying my estimated taxes, like the first year that I started making enough money to pay estimated taxes, because I'm in business for myself. When it beeps again, we're doing those deadlifts. I remember that whole year, I every time I had to write the check, and it was a pretty big check, every time I wrote the check, I was just like, I love paying taxes. Here we go with deadlifts. Core pulled in nice and tight, back is nice and straight. Rolling those dumbbells down because your hips are moving back, back, back. And then hips move forward, 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 really squeezing, really thinking about where your body is in space and time. And my husband just laughed and laughed and laughed at me. He was like, how do you love paying taxes? What is that all about? It's a lot of money going out the door. And I was like, if I wasn't making money, I couldn't pay taxes. I love paying taxes. It means I'm making money. Like, as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, this is fantastic news. And this is kind of how I feel about getting older too. Like, because I know what the alternative is, this is fantastic news. When it beeps again, we're putting our dumbbells down, by the way, and we're going back into cardio. We're gonna do ding dongs next. That's the one where our hands and our feet are kicking out to one side. Your hands are not going up over your head. Oh, but they can really get rocking. Okay, now let's just take a moment here and think. We're going cardio speed again, but also this is 45-second intervals. So really thinking about what kind of pace you want to be going for 45 seconds. Ding dongs feels pretty good. Hands aren't going too fast. Legs aren't going too fast. This isn't too bad. But our next one is dancing X's. Hands are going to be a little bit higher, making a nice big X with your body, reaching your opposite elbow towards your opposite knee, crunching in the middle there. And then our last one is actually going to be reach across crunch, so hands are going to be even higher. So just really kind of thinking about your pace, thinking about what feels moderate for you today. How old are you? What kind of moderate feels moderate for you? And are you feeling really good? Here we go with our dancing X's. Are you feeling really good about getting older? Because I don't know if you've noticed, but just since we've started this workout, you got older. I did too. We all are, every minute of every day, because that is the direction that time moves. This one might feel like the kind of thought that you really have to wrap your brain around, like you really might have to work on it, like you really might have a lot of thoughts about getting older. But the reason why this one is going to feel so helpful when it does feel helpful, coming up next, by the way, is reach across crunch. We're literally reaching across our body and then crunching into an oblique crunch on that same side, on the same side of your body. The thing about getting older is that it's not an option. I mean, it is technically, reach across crunch. Technically it is. However, without that other option, it is the thing that is happening. I mean that it's not an option in that it's not a thought. Like, there are all kinds of thoughts that we have about, like, stories that we tell ourselves that we don't have to tell ourselves. Like, you don't have to tell yourself, I'm not losing weight. The numbers say things, the numbers have data for you, but you don't have to say the thought, I'm not losing weight. You could think anything about those numbers. The thing about time is that time is time. You are getting older. It is happening, like it or not, so you might as well learn to love it because it is happening. When it beeps again, we're coming back to those ding dongs. This one, okay, thank goodness, because that one really did get my heart rate pumping on that one. Hey, Blossom Bowers, you want to come join us out here? Because if you go in there, it makes me nervous, because she hasn't been out in a while. I love these workouts where I don't think I need to take Blossom out before we start working out, and then like she starts wandering around and being funny while we're working out. And it's like, okay, where are you? And then I realized later, like after I've edited I realize that she's walking around in a place that you can see her, and then I worry, oh my gosh, what is she doing when I can't see her, but you can on camera when it beeps again. We're doing dancing X's. Your hands are wide, your feet are wide, reaching your opposite elbow towards that opposite knee, crunching right in the middle as though you are dancing, and the letter X. And here we go. Blossom, you want to come out here, baby? I love getting older, and simultaneously, I do have lots and lots of thoughts about my dog getting older. I do have lots and lots of thoughts about how difficult getting older can be. I have lots of thoughts, honestly, about aging in general, about my parents, about my in-laws, about people getting older, my kids getting older. It does not mean that the only thing that I think about getting older, that I love getting older. However, because I am getting older, I do love it, that thought feels helpful in several moments. And here we go with that reach across crunch. It's reach across and crunch. It is not something that I want to trot out when I am having some kind of like age-related difficulty just to try and make myself feel better. The thing about getting older is that I have, like I said, lots of thoughts about that. All of them are worth exploring, worth noticing. Not necessarily worth giving my time to, not necessarily worth feeling bad about, but simply trying to, I call it slapping a Band-Aid on it. When I feel bad, trying to think something that feels happy isn't really the point of why I offer you helpful thoughts. By the way, when it beeps again, we're gonna grab those dumbbells again. We're coming into our strength mini circuit, our final mini circuit of this workout, and we're gonna get started with triangles. Whew, okay, so now we're thinking about strength pace. Feet are nice and wide. One hand goes up overhead, and the other one just goes reaching down the side of your body. Wherever your hip can jut out to is where you should get to. I have lots of questions on my channel about how to do triangles, and what I'd like you to know is that if you get to here, and this is what feels like you are capable of doing, then don't go lower. You don't have to force your body into a particular position to get the work out of this exercise. The work of the exercise is whatever your body is currently capable of. Hi, sweetheart. You want to come join us, baby? I know my voice just got really high. If you have a dog in your house, they're like, what? I know. And then here we go with a squat and kick. Bring your feet just a little bit closer in. We're going to squat it down and then kick it forward. Oh goodness, this really challenges your balance, my friend. As we get older, our risk of falling and hurting ourselves, really, it's more so than just falling, it's the risk of hurting yourself when you fall, goes up because lots of women, as we get older, aren't taking care to practice our balance or practice with our strength. When you are taking the time to build your muscles and practice your balance, my friend, you are doing all the things to age gracefully, gratefully, and healthfully. When it beeps again, we're doing a bent over row with a triceps kickback. So pull that core in. You're getting into almost like a half of a deadlift position here. Palms facing each other. You're going to bring those dumbbells right up to your armpits, and then you're going to bring the dumbbells, you're going to squeeze them down to your hips, back to your armpits, and then down. Really thinking about keeping your back nice and straight the entire time. Your neck is nice and neutral, and really thinking about squeezing from those triceps. By having your elbows pointed back behind you rather than letting them come out wide, you are really targeting those little tiny muscles on the backs of your arms that all y'all ask me about all the time. What can I do about those bat wings? Well, my friends, here's the thing. Gravity is part of aging. Gravity is coming for you, whether you like it or not. Here we go with those triangles again. This was our entire mini circuit. You cannot escape gravity, but you can build muscle. Building muscle, being strong, really thinking about your balance, being intentional with your workouts so that you can have your muscle mass and your bone density. I have to tell you, I understand what it's like to look in the mirror and be like, yeah, that's not the body that I had when I was younger. And also, I don't, in a very loving way, understand why that's a problem for you when your body can do amazing things. When you are doing things like lifting a moderately heavy weight over your head and then bending down and then doing a squat and kick, which is what's coming next, my friend, that's what your body is supposed to do. Your body isn't supposed to look amazing your whole life. It's really not. Your body is supposed to look like gravity exists, because it does. And you can still love your body. You can love getting older. You can love everything about your life and have other thoughts about it and live with gravity. It doesn't matter if you have bat wings. It really doesn't. I know that you think it does, but I want you to know that bat wings aren't going to stop you from living a long, healthy life. When it beeps again, we are going to take care of those bat wings though. Except for the fact that truly, honestly, exercise really does not help you with, here we go with those bent over rows and triceps kickback. Exercise does not help you with gravity. If you have loose skin, which we all do, I have loose skin. I have been working out for years. I work out regularly. I do strength workouts. I do cardio workouts. You've been working out with me for what, 8 years now on YouTube? I do all the work and gravity exists. We all have loose skin and it is completely okay. You guys, when it beeps again, okay, we are done. Oh, but we are not quite finished. Oh my gosh, I have brain work for us today because speaking of aging gracefully, doing something a little bit different that feels really outside my comfort zone is exactly what we do. I'm calling them alternating kick punchers because we're going to punch to the front while kicking out to the side, and then on the same side, punch out to the side while kicking forward. Okay, and then we're gonna alternate. Punch to the front, kick out to the side, punch to the side, kick out to the front. Oh my gosh, that is so much harder on both sides. Front punch, side punch, and down. I'm gonna think about the punches and then my leg is gonna do what my leg is gonna do. Okay, so front punch, side punch, and down. The next time it beeps is the last time it's going to beep. We're only doing one interval because we are alternating, and frankly, this is enough brain work for me today. Because this is absolutely the hardest thing that I have done. I'm gonna go ahead and finish this off in a while. That was amazing. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm a big fan of the kick punchers, even though that was tricky. Right? My friends, this is how we age gracefully. Let's go ahead and cool it off with some arm circles. I love getting older. I love getting older with you. I love that you are here working out with me. I love my body. I love my body with gravity. I love my body without gravity. I love my body with the skin that it has. I love getting older. And I'm doing everything in my power to make sure that I'm going to be as strong as I can be and as healthy as I can be for as long as I can be. That is what that helpful thought will get you. Right now, it might feel like an affirmation. It might feel like, yeah, I don't really believe that at all. But when you do believe it, when it feels good, it is a helpful thought for living a long, healthy life. Let's go ahead and open it up, my friends. Thank you so much for working out with me today. Close it up, give yourself a hug from me. Thank you, and pat yourself on your sweaty back. And I know that hug is from you. Thank you. Thank you for all the birthday wishes. I know you guys are all gonna wish me happy birthday, and I totally, not all of you, but I know some of you are gonna wish me a happy birthday, and thank you all for it. I'm gonna do my best. I have never once been able to respond to all of them, but I do try to at least give hearts and just know that I thank you. I'm grateful for you. I love getting older with you. My friends, thank you so, so much. Make sure you click that subscribe button before you go, and I will see you tomorrow.